SEC drops all charges, and could the Bitcoin ETF be approved soon? Question everything, trust nothing. Welcome to Debate Crypto. It's your boys, Keeper and Crusader, and we are back after a wildly crazy day yesterday.
Yesterday was just wild.
It was kind of a shit show in a great way. It was totally fun. We had fun trading. I think everybody was getting used to, obviously, the platform, trying to figure out the ins and outs of marketing and limiting, and because the new in fairness, we've traded on enough platforms. They are all have their little
yeah. Team Keeper keep coming up with excuses. I got no excuses on Monday for my team. Everybody just got results.
Well, listen, if you guys are enjoying watching the teams together, we believe that we're going to mix it up a little bit because some of the participants are asking to jump on different days. And so I think that's going to be happening. We've got a couple people, actually a few people that have been asking to mix it up. I think that's going to be fun. We might have a full team and a couple of my guys for Monday. I'm not sure how that's going to play out, but I think that'll be fun. Don't you?
It's definitely going to change up some dynamics for sure to be able to talk smack between the traders live on the show.
Yeah.
But yeah, man, yesterday's show, even though it was crazy, it's definitely something that you're not going to get anywhere else except for here on Debate Crypto. So hit that sub if you haven't already.
That's for sure. Yeah. Smash that like if you haven't already. Make sure that you're subscribed. Just as a reminder, Mondays and Thursdays are Trading Wars right now. We have some big plans that I'm not going to release right now, but for Trading Wars, some different things that we're planning on doing as well that could spill into some other days that I think you guys would really like. And make sure that you listen. There's 50 people or something that have signed up, and then a much smaller number than that are actively trading. That being said, I will tell you there are people that are making money right now trading. We can see it. We can see on the dashboard, and there's been nice little bit of volume, which has been fun to watch and see other people making money. I don't know. I'm excited about it, dude. We you know what? We have been like having in terms of trading, right? We've been so news centric for so long, and I have partially been resistant to the trading side of things because I've like become a believer in trading, but always kind of got just candidly, and people probably know this, like a little bit like bored with the analysis. But dude, this is fun, right? It's fun, just the interaction, and
it's different, right? Because the analysis, people can say anything they want to say, whether they're extremely bullish or extremely bearish, or they just want to play it safe and say, maybe we're just really just going to go sideways here for the next couple of days, the next week or two. I don't expect a lot of anything, right? So it kind of just becomes over and over the same thing, especially with the bear market where nothing really has happened until recently. That now we're seeing some price movements. There wasn't much to predict anyways, but live trading changes it up. It doesn't matter where the price is going in the next week, next day. All that matters is where's the price going in the next 5 minutes and finding out if they can get into a trade.
Hey, can you block this guy? I mean, you know what I mean? We got to get rid of this guy right here. Green Day Profits. You ever heard of this guy? Never heard of him. He's not usually first in the chat. Hasn't been a long time follower. So we're probably just going to block this guy now.
That's right. Team Crusader is on vacation. I'm here. I'm not even in the studio, just for the simple fact that we got this in the bag.
Listen, I'm going to tell you something, though. The reality is, for those of you watching, people probably wanted to kind of dog on Ben for the way that he traded yesterday.
I like his strategy.
Yeah, you have 1 hour, right? And the go big or go home, that can go wrong 4 or 5 times in a row. And then when it doesn't go wrong, it could go really right.
Exactly.
And then all of a sudden it changes things. I mean, one trade could exponentially change things.
Think about it, right? You got $1,000. You go all in, right? You trade with the full account. You hit whatever 25x leverage or whatever it is on it. Is that you're trading with a full Bitcoin, and you put a tight stop loss of losing 10% of your account, which is $100. It's free money anyways, right? You might lose maybe 2-3 trades. There's only 4 shows that you're going to be on unless you jump onto some extra shows like we might be seeing here soon. Yeah. But even then, all shows in total, it's about 8 shows in total all
Not a lot of
month
trading
long.
time.
So you can literally lose 8 trades. You'll still have $200 left over.
Yeah.
If you can get one big trade to happen before you lose all those trades, you can make big money.
Yeah, it could exponentially change things for sure. And listen, chat, that's the same for you guys. Obviously, we want you to use good risk management. We're not telling you to go crazy and leverage crazy amounts and this, that, and third. No, we're not here for that, right?
Yeah.
Yes, we make money off of the volume, of course. That's not a secret to anybody.
But you clearly don't need a lot of money to make volume.
But you don't.
There's some people out there trading with 15,
Small amounts
$20, $50, and the volume is still extremely high.
Yeah, so they're definitely making money, which is cool. It is fun looking in the background and seeing that. So if you guys aren't trading, again, just as a reminder, they are giving 20% if you guys want to sign up of whatever you put in. I'm going to throw it out there because we're not doxing him or saying it. Somebody put in 10 racks. Somebody put in 10 grand. So somebody got 10 grand, or got $2,000 of free money. That's all I'm saying. Right. So
I don't know. I don't believe it until I see the dashboard for myself. I know you said it to me,
like I just made it up, right? Yeah. So ultimately, all I'm throwing out there, guys, is that there's free money that if you want to get it, if you want to get in trade, cool. If not, just follow along. I will say now. Let me just say this: it's a little depressing going from 500 people in here yesterday, and the chat absolutely ripping to 21 people on a Friday. But the 21 of you, we know you are hardcore followers. We love you. We appreciate you. I'm just feeling that people are really liking the trading. So
yeah, it's exciting, man. It's fun. It's something that you're not seeing anywhere else on YouTube.
And one more thing,
we're gonna make it even more exciting.
Yeah, we're gonna make it more exciting, and we've got something that we're cooking up that's gonna be a lot of fun too. That's going to really involve the audience. So stand by, guys.
Yeah. For all the non-traders out there.
Yeah, for the non-traders out there, we got something for you. One of the things that we'll just give you guys a little in the background here, and then we'll dive into some articles, check out the markets, all that. But one of the things that Crusader and I have been talking about is that, there's a lot of channels that do news. I know that probably a lot of you watch us, or at least we're assuming because you like our personality or the way that we look at things or our interaction between each other, how much Crusader's wrong and I'm right. I get it, right? And so ultimately, but the reality is, like, a lot of people do news. And so we've been talking in the background, like, how can we mix this up and just be and do something different that the audience is going to appreciate? And so Trading Wars is one of them. And we've got something else that, if you're not a trader, that we're bringing to you guys, that's going to be a really big opportunity for everybody that's watching as well, that I think a lot of people are going to really enjoy. So stand by for it. Let me jump into the chat. Who was first today? Well, you know what? I saw in YouTube, and I X'd out of it, somebody was first. That probably is not the person I'm about to announce, but it didn't show up on our end. So I apologize to whoever that was. But in our view, Alex S says, howdy. Howdy, Alex S. Glad to see you. FU in the house says, what's going on, fam? Green Day Profits. Oh, we didn't block him yet? Okay, well, I'll get to that later. Good to see you, bro. Oof is in the house. Burke is in the house. Patriot Caveman in the house. Got all the OGs in the house on a Friday. All right, cool. Let's check out the market. I think many of you know it has been green. We actually hit 30 earlier this morning, and I meant to sit down and put in a short because I did not think we were going to blast through 30. Got a little keeper ADD. Got going doing something else. Forgot to do it, and then my 30K dump was right on point, and I missed it. All right, so the global market cap is, let me update this, make sure it's good, 1.12 trillion with the T dollars. That's up 2.7%. Bitcoin 29,524 up almost 3%. ETH 1609 almost up 3%. BNB up a little bit. Look at this. XRP, Crusader's favorite, up 7.11%. We're going to talk about that today. They had some big news.
Bitcoin's up 10%, and it didn't even get any crazy news.
What a move,
XRP's out here.
What a move. 48 to 52 cents. What a freaking move. Solana up 6.69%. Solana's up 24.4%. I wish it was up 24.4% when Ben was trading yesterday. That would have been effective.
That would have been nice.
That would have been super effective.
Freaking Solana.
Yeah.
Cardano. Can't ever count on it.
What's that? Oh yeah, no kidding, right? It was actually what happened was you're looking for excuses. Solana, the network was actually down when Ben was trading yesterday, and people realized it.
That's what happened.
So what had happened was, yeah, it was definitely that. All right, fam. Let's get into the articles. Let's talk about what's going on in the crypto space. Let's start off with your boy Elon Musk. He's always got his opinions out there. He's always doing something. Elon Musk engages crypto community in discussion. Details. This is actually pretty straightforward. Tech tycoon Elon Musk, owner of XApp, CEO of Tesla, SpaceX, and other innovative tech companies, has announced a new update on X platform, prompting an immediate response from the crypto community and those users who are not part of any crypto army. Soon, according to Musk, there will be 2 types of new premium subscriptions on the X app that various types of users will be able to benefit from. Overall, he continues to show an excellent rapport with the global crypto community. He spread the word about introducing 2 new tiers. One of them, he went into detail, is cheaper, as it includes all the necessary features, but there is no reduction in advertisements. Okay, so that's one option. The second tier will be more pricey, and the features, with all the features, but no advertisements. Okay, so effectively, that's what this article is about, right? So X is trying to be, a payment platform. They're trying to be all of these different things, but they're going with, what would you call it, the YouTube model? Because that's really what that is, right?
I guess yes, the YouTube model. It's like, you're paying for no ads, right? It's almost like Hulu, right? Hulu did the same thing too.
Oh yeah,
they have ads, and if you can pay a more premium price, you get no ads, right? It's a model that's been around for a long time. It's a way Twitter monetizes. A lot of people don't understand, but a lot of these social media companies aren't really breaking in massive amounts of profit. They're actually pretty either breaking even or losing money most of the time.
Yeah.
It's just they're not really that profitable just on advertisement alone. But imagine with the amount of users on Twitter, right? If they get every user to pay for their little blue check mark or whatever it was, even if it was just $1, they'd be making a boatload of money. Now they're adding this other feature, and it's more than $1. It's like a handful of dollars. Yeah, it's like literally a Netflix subscription, so it costs a lot more. I know everybody doesn't have it, but
side note, we need to make sure that we literally have the check mark on Danger Close right now, and not on Debate Crypto. Yeah, we do for sure. Trust me. It's been coming out on the card every month. Trust
me. Well, yeah, change that. Now adding this feature is going to make them more money, right? And it's an opt-in feature. You don't have to pay for it. You can just stay with your other subscription, which is cheaper and still get ads. It's one of those things, right? I had a conversation yesterday at the event that I was at with somebody that worked for Gary Cardone, and basically we had the conversation about the WeChat, right? Is he gonna go for it? Is he gonna really? And he said absolutely. He's the guy I was speaking to is actually connected to WeChat. I forget if he was on the council. He was on some type of like board of some kind, and he's like, yeah, Elon Musk created PayPal. He is definitely going to create a more universal WeChat version, and this is just one of the steps. Now we're going there. There's different models, subscriptions.
Do you know what I think he's going to do? This is totally pure speculation. I think that Elon Musk is bullish enough on crypto and wants to stack crypto. And ultimately, he was trying to eliminate, and he was trying to obviously garner and bring in money because, believe it or not, Twitter was not making money prior to Elon Musk coming in. And I know he's, revamping that. And, the reality is, like, it needs to be a profitable business. I get that. Yep. I think he's bullish enough on crypto that not only is he going to try to revamp and change the whole structure of how this universal X platform works, but I also think that his goal here, I really do think this. When he makes this change, I would be very surprised to not see him list multiple different assets that he wants to accumulate that you can pay for that service. Like, I think you'll be able to turn off the ads, for example, with $10 worth of ETH, $10 worth of Bitcoin, $10 worth of Dogecoin, $10 worth of XRP. Like, I would be very surprised if he
I don't know about that last there.
I'll be very surprised if he didn't toss that option out there, because he's bullish on crypto, period, right? Why would he not? He believes in it, the ethos he wants to push and promote. Why would he not? I mean, it would be an easy way also
Yeah,
I believe
he wants stocks to be traded on there. Assuming
Exactly.
he's going to eventually let crypto trading in there, right?
Yeah.
It's all about those transaction fees, right? If he becomes a type of platform where people are trading on, how much more monetization is he going to be making off all those tiny transaction fees?
Yeah.
So
I think right now, if he did it, you'd have to pay for the whole year, because I don't know that there would be a way without setting up a specific smart contract for it to auto hit your wallet every month. Have you seen any? Well, let me ask you: have you seen any monthly subscriptions paid in crypto that have a smart contract that are auto hitting your wallet every month?
I've never seen it because I've never looked for anything like that. I don't pay stuff in crypto like that. So if it does
We pay
exist,
for stuff in crypto.
I mean,
you're just saying like
personally,
gotcha.
stuff like that. I mean, I wouldn't be surprised, because if you did just have your MetaMask connected on the web browser, right? It is connected. That wallet is given access to that platform to reach out and do whatever certain things. So if you opt in, I'm pretty sure an auto pay wouldn't be too difficult for them to do. I mean,
I think the only issue would be,
or maybe you would have to like deposit into like an escrow account.
That's
or something
what I was going to say. So
that
that
you
they
still
know
have
it's
permission
there,
to,
because it's not like a bank overdraft or whatever. It'd just be like, well, was my wallet. Let's move on to another one. All right. I think that's why I was saying, paying it all at once. Whatever. At any event, the whole point is that it is a business model that works. People pay for it for YouTube. They'll pay for it for Twitter. People pay for the check marks. It helps with bots. Like, there's all sorts of things that definitely are going to be beneficial. And love him or hate him, Elon Musk is and will go down as one of probably the most influential, intelligent businessmen on planet Earth. And there's a reason that he has been, either now or was recently, the wealthiest man on Earth. So we'll see how that goes. I think it's going to be bullish for crypto overall. You can't help but notice that, hey, everything is, well, how's crypto involved in this? How's crypto involved in this? And when Elon Musk's name comes up, crypto always comes up. So smash the like if you haven't already. This next article has been something that has been bouncing around within our community. People have been talking about this number, and I'm interested. I read this earlier, and I was interested at how this analyst looked at this. We've been talking a lot about Bitcoin dumping, and the 20K number. There is a CME gap right around 20K. That number keeps coming up. Right, we just got rejected at 30K. So check out how this analyst looks at 20K. It says crypto analyst bats down predictions of Bitcoin crash to 20K. Here's why. He says the move is improbable. Okay, let's talk about it. A closely followed crypto strategist is weighing in on the likelihood of a significant downside move for Bitcoin as the king crypto remains above 28K. Obviously, we know it's at like 29.5, 29.6. Pseudonymous analyst Credible Crypto tells his 346,000 followers on X that it seems unlikely it will dip below 20K based on the current amount of open interest, the total number of active derivative contracts held by traders. So why is seeing 20K or below Bitcoin here improbable? If we take the below chart, which I'm going to show in a second, and look at the data, we can see that the aggregate open interest at around 6 billion has proved to be a historical bottom. Remember that, which has been steady for the past 12 plus months, marked by peak fear, panic at the FTX collapse bottom. And around 11 billion has been the local top. Our last major flush that we had in August wiped out nearly 3 billion of open interest. So that went from 11 billion down to 8 billion, but still failed to break 24.8. Now we trade at nearly the same price as when that flush triggered. However, aggregate OI is down from 11 billion at the time to from our flush in August to 8.5 at this time. Meanwhile, we're now in the same spot we were before the flush to 25K, but there's now about 50% less liquidation-prone levered positions in the system versus what there were in August. Even betting on a break of 24.8 is betting against the odds, as you will be looking for a move down of a greater magnitude than the flush in August with half as much ammo, which is basically the liquidation susceptible positions, right? So they're showing obviously the chart here and these different positions and the aggregated open interest as we go through, and these are kind of the bottoms, and then how much that 8 billion number, the 5 billion number, the 11 billion number are all being showed here. Effectively, what he's saying is, listen, you have half of the amount of leveraged positions in, and for that move to happen, even down past 24.8, it would be a massive amount of all of what's basically less, like they called it, ammo in the system to bring the price down. it would have to be a massive, massive sell-off. What are your thoughts on that?
Yeah, it makes sense when he breaks it down like that with the open interest, right? Open interest being bottom being around 6 billion. And even with the FTX collapse, we didn't drop below 6 billion open interest. And once again, in August, we didn't drop below 6 billion. So it's like, what could possibly cause us to drop below 6 billion to make us drop to 20, right? We have somewhat mystified 20K. Everyone's been calling for 20K again.
Yeah.
Almost like when we were at 15 and people kept calling for 10, right? Or kept calling for 8
for sure.
or 7. I was like, we're going to go lower. We're going to go lower. Don't get excited. Don't get excited. But it also makes sense in an aspect of, well, maybe in the opposite way, right? People right now are feeling kind of very bullish, right? We had a green September. Right now we're having a green October. And we only got 11 days left in October before closing it out nicely in the green. So if we do close October in the green and we hit maybe 30,000 or above before we close October, which we already did the other day, but let's say we close 30,000 or higher in October, people are going to start feeling like a certain type of way that, hey, this is it. This is the bull run time. But maybe that's when the flush out actually does happen, right? Something that we never know, but somebody somewhere in the world does know, right? Drops it like it's hot and it's like, and we collapsed below that price point. So I think what he's saying is that, is it possible? Maybe. Is it very likely? Probably not. You know, but that's what black swan events are for. There's things that people can't see and they just randomly happen. And it takes you.
I want to run this. Let me turn my freaking sound off. Sorry. I want to run this by Magic and CVO, because there's some people that have been talking about that 20K number, and I hadn't looked at it from obviously this position. You know, they all dive so heavy into, and one of the things that they look at is obviously open interest, right? So I want to show them this. I actually kind of wish one of them was on the show right now to kind of go over why that does or doesn't make sense. To me, just mathematically, it makes a whole lot of sense. You've got a whole lot less open positions that are basically susceptible to bring that, you know, the ability to bring that price down half of the amount. How the heck are you going to get there? That being said, we also have all of these really bullish things, the ETF stuff, obviously the some court cases that are getting resolved. We'll talk about that in a little bit. Like, there's good things happening in crypto that could really push the price up. But at the same time, you still have the whole institution that is the United States government trying to, if they're not really pushing against crypto, they sure act like it, right? They've held a pretty firm stance saying that we want to do everything we can to slow, at a minimum, slow this down, if not stop it.
Well, yeah, I mean, we even got a lot of geopolitical, tensions happening, things escalating. You know, anything can happen between now and the end of the year that could definitely, cause some panic in the markets and drop the price in that aspect too, right? The U.S. dollar, we've printed almost another $1 trillion in just the month of October, right? And so, like, things are escalating financially for the U.S. government in a way that's not very good. So maybe that's the domino that falls that makes, Bitcoin drop. We all try to hope and want Bitcoin to be pumping when bad things are happening with the dollar. But the reality is that's not always the case. Even though Bitcoin's held pretty strong during this conflict that has arisen over there in the Middle East, it held pretty strong. Didn't really have a significant drop, and now it's even moving up to the upside again.
Yep.
So maybe Bitcoin's ready to decouple. Maybe Bitcoin is ready to not care about what the rest of the world is doing. But I don't think we're fully there yet.
Yeah. I like this comment here, and I agree with this and I disagree with it. It must be your brother, Miguel. Miguel N. Okay. News does not matter. Price is manipulated. Learn it. Simple. I very much agree with that, and I also disagree with that. The prices are definitely manipulated. I could give you a couple examples of where news does matter. The fog around the world, as we call it, so we don't get ourselves in trouble, back in March of 2020. That was not a manipulation of price. That was absolute fear and panic coming into the markets, thinking that, everybody's going to die, right? You can't predict that. Now it might have been manipulated heavier to the downside once the news got released, because all of these, market makers took advantage of an opportunity. I for sure could see that. But the news does matter on that front. The reason that I agree with it, though, what you're saying, the news doesn't matter, is because a lot of times you'll see the exact opposite of what you would think happened from a news, release. Oh, quantitative easing is coming in. Great, we're going to pump. And then right after the news, we dump. And
yeah,
it's like,
buy the
wait a
rumor,
minute.
sell the news, right? Great news comes out, and then price breaks. I mean, look at XRP, right?
Uh-huh.
We'll get to it later, but
Yeah.
there's some things are manipulated by news, though, right? The spot ETF, Bitcoin's not going to skyrocket tomorrow to 50,000 without a spot ETF, right? I mean, I don't know.
Yeah.
Some people say, right, like hardcore traders, right, don't care about the news. It's going to happen anyways. But sometimes you just got to look back and be like, maybe it was possible because of the charts. But what made it come to fruition was the actual news that created the FOMO, that created the hype, that created the interest for people to jump in.
Yeah.
I don't know. It's like the chicken the egg.
Which
what came
first?
first, right?
Yeah.
Nobody knows.
Yeah, and you never know whether you've got something priced in or not. What information do people have that we don't have? The big money does usually have information before we have it. So do they slowly run up the price because they know some information's coming out? We then get the information and say, oh, hell yeah, it's going to rip. And they're like, hey, got you, bitch. We just don't have all that information. So on that front, yes, prices are manipulated. Guys, just want to take a brief pause. Make sure to smash the like, make sure that you're subscribed, put the bell notifications on, and we have pinned in the chat for Trading Wars. Make sure you sign up. They're still giving 20%. We still don't have 100 people that have signed up, so they're still giving 20% on anything that you put in, and then 20% off of your trading fees.
Yep.
Yeah, which is huge. And then also, if you're looking for an indicator, Market Cipher, we've got that in our. Well, that's not pinned in the chat, but that's down below in the description. Your boy Crypto Face definitely jumped in and wanted to be a part of what we're doing with Trading Wars.
And it's
so many
20%
people
off.
have been so successful, and it's 20% off. So we've got
also
a code
20%
for that.
off.
Yeah, we got a lot going on, guys, and we're super excited as we move towards this upcoming bull run. We want to see you guys be successful. So many people have been able to make so much money with crypto. So we want to be a source of entertainment, but we also want to be a source of education. We want to be a source of the entertainment and education, while at the same time trying to help you guys figure out some risk management, all of the things.
Yeah, I don't know if people have realized, but the reason for the Trading Wars show is not just for the entertainment value and to get you guys involved in trading, but it is so that traders come on the show to prove that they can trade, right? A lot of these traders have their own trading groups.
Yep.
Whoa. A lot of these groups have trading groups. And it's like, well, should I really join them? Do they really know what they're talking about? Can they actually make money? Will I ever actually learn anything that will become profitable? If these guys can actually trade under these terrible conditions, and we understand they're not going to make $1,000, they're not going to make 10 grand right off the show. But that's not the purpose. The purpose is to show that they can make money no matter how small under terrible, terrible trading conditions and under massive time constraints. So if they can do that in those conditions, in the good conditions, in the optimal positions that they should be looking for, they can make a lot of money. Therefore, you can learn from them, and maybe you join one of their groups and you start learning, and you are validated that these guys know what they're talking about.
Yeah. I mean, the reality is the majority, although yesterday was wild, the majority of my team was profitable even under the circumstances of what was effectively a wild kind of day. Crypto Vase, not surprised that he was profitable. Crow was profitable. Lifer was profitable. I think just Ben and Blood took a little hit yesterday. But hey, you know what?
Blood took a hit on ETH, but he got profitable on Bitcoin.
I was gonna say, he was profitable.
He got a
on
profitable trade. Ben just got stuck in that bad trade, right? But maybe he could have pulled out earlier, right? Do kind of what we talked about before, where it's like sometimes the traders just want to play out one trade throughout the entire hour. Maybe next time they do a different strategy where I'm just gonna cut my loss, look for a different asset, and jump in again, like how Blood did, and was able to make back whatever loss he was taking.
Yeah. It's fun. If you guys haven't been watching, make sure to watch. Like I said, next week we're going to be mixing it up a little bit. I think a couple of the traders on each days are going to jump onto the other show and kind of mix it up. And like I said, we've got some other plans. We've got some other plans that are coming up as well. Hey, Crusader, just real quick, because I know you can't see this. Something's going on. It says to activate chat, please enable channels. I've never seen this. It's like at the bottom underneath the chat. I don't know. Can you still see me? Yeah, like disconnected. Can you check YouTube real quick? Are you able to, or do you need to do it? No, it's good. It should be good. I don't know.
It should be good.
Chat. Let me know that you guys are good. Because something weird has happened on your end. I'm gonna put. Let me know you guys are good. It's like not letting me chat. So say
my wife just texted me and said the chat's fine. Everything's good.
The chat's fine? Okay, cool. All right, cool. All right, sorry about that, folks. All right, let's move it on. Let's talk a little bit about, well, what do we got next? You know what? You just mentioned it. The ETF. And this is a big topic. I know you guys are probably tired of hearing about it, but the reality is, like, when's it going to happen? We believe that it's going to happen. We believe that we're going to get some sort of movement from it, good, bad, or indifferent. Most people think good, obviously. JP Morgan, notorious for just giving you the facts, right? I mean, Jamie Dimon, what a freaking guy, got to tell you. I say that tongue in cheek. If you didn't realize it, I am not a fan of Chase, but Bitcoin ETF could be approved in time for Christmas, says JP Morgan. A report from Wall Street Bank estimates that the SEC will greenlight a Bitcoin ETF before January 10th. All right. JP Morgan analyst said that Wall Street may get a long-awaited Bitcoin exchange traded fund within months. In a Wednesday report, the top investment bank said it was most likely the spot Bitcoin ETF could be approved before January 10th. We already knew that. Analysts at Bloomberg Intelligence added that there's a 90% chance that the ETF will get approved in January.
Let's talk about it. We don't got to keep going into that.
No. We've talked.
I mean, January 10th is an important date. That is the deadline for the Grayscale ETF to be approved.
My sister's birthday too. That's important. So shout out to her. Yeah.
Shout out to her. But her Bitcoin, the Grayscale ETF being on the approval rate on the January 10th. That happening doesn't mean it has to wait to the January 10th. It can happen before then.
Yep.
Right. So therefore, at any moment between now and then, we can get an approval. We know Grayscale has been working with SEC already since they won their court case to start converting their shares, their GBTC, whatever, to Bitcoin. A lot of other BlackRock and a few other asset managers have also been filing amendments or whatever you call it to like update their filing to make sure, based on SEC feedback. So the SEC is working with them since they lost the case. So it's only a matter of time. It doesn't have to be January. It can be before.
Yeah, it is only a matter of time, and I don't think that they're wrong. I think that it's going to go live. I just think that, and I've got some strong opinions on this. I don't want to share them all right now, but I think that it's going to take a lot longer than people are thinking for this money to actually flow in. I think the information is going to be good. I think when it happens, we're going to get a bullish move. I've just heard some really wild what I view to be wild, and I could be totally wrong. It could even go higher than what I'm saying here, but I've heard a lot of people suggest that, we're going to go to like 50K, like pretty quickly. And I just feel like that is a massive amount of, like, I guess what I don't understand, and this is just physically what I don't understand, is when that happens, are the asset managers effectively, because they're managing customer funds, like, okay, let me give you an example. I have a portfolio that I don't manage, okay? And I get to set up whether I want it to be basically like my risk, my lever, basically. How risky do I want this portfolio to be? Do I want to be balanced? Do I want to be more aggressive? Do I want to be blah, 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 right? Do you think, let me ask you, Crusader, because I don't know how they're going to do this. Do you think that, let's just say in that circumstance, let's say if I had, do you think that there's a level at which whatever it was that I filled out, Bitcoin to them is going to fit that description? And when they click, basically the ETF goes live. Now all of a sudden they say, okay, this person is here in terms of their aggression for their portfolio. Boom. And the liquidity just pumps in. Do you think
I think so.
Happen like that?
I think it can. I think it can work like that, right? You have different levers of how risk averse or how much risk you want on your portfolio. And I think if you have high risk, you're going to get allocated a larger percentage of Bitcoin in your portfolio through that ETF, right? Because they're going to see the money flowing in. They're going to see that thing ripping. And we're like, this guy's high risk. He wants in on it, right? More people start jumping in. people that are balanced or low, right, will probably get a smaller allocation, but they will get an allocation.
You still think they'll get an allocation even?
Yeah, I think they'll still get an allocation, small, but an allocation nonetheless, because it's just going to be ripping. It's just, there's no way that they can ignore it at that point. There's a lot of people already that ask their financial advisors about Bitcoin, and they're like, we can't talk about it. The regulations, I can't recommend anything. But once it's out there, they can't say that anymore. They can be like, why is Bitcoin not on my portfolio? I'm taking a look at it, and this thing's ripping a 50K or whatever it is. And
what the hell's wrong with you? I thought you're supposed to be making me money.
Exactly, right? So I think it'd be a massive mistake, especially with the average of Bitcoin outperforming the S&P or any other asset in the last 10 years as an average, right? So I think with that being understood as a financial advisor, there's no way that they can't at least allocate a small percentage into it. And alone, even without that money flowing in, I think enough. We hit 69K last bull run, right? With the hopes that we would one day see a government or see anything really start adopting Bitcoin. But getting a spot ETF in the United States of America with all the regulation issues happening, that is the white flag of surrender. It is over. The United States no longer has a fight, right, with Bitcoin at least. Therefore, all the money will fly there because they will be safe in Bitcoin compared to the altcoins. And unlike the last bull run when we saw a lot of money flying to a lot of different places in the altcoins, DeFi, NFTs, whatever, right? Now that we get full regularity with Bitcoin, I think we're going to see a pullback on that where more money is going to fly towards Bitcoin because they know it's safe. They know that there's no issue there. And that hype alone could take us to 50K, I believe. Then on top of the money actually flying in from the asset managers would take us much further in the bull run. That's what I believe.
I can see it from all sides. It'll be really interesting to watch. Obviously, any of you that are here right now during the bear market, you're paying attention to crypto, so you're going to know when it happens. We'll see how this plays out. I do really think that it's going to be interesting, though, to see. I've talked about playing the big boy and big girl games, right? Where do they start actually like flooding money in and playing games, with leverage and this, that, and the third, not with the actual ETF, but I'm just saying like with other positions that they're in. And does it set us up for like a short squeeze at some point? Like, what I'm saying? Like you could really have some interesting positions with the knowledge that something like that's getting approved. But the idea that we heard the other day that it's already priced in is a freaking joke. There's not a chance we're at $29,000 with a priced in ETF. That, my friend, is a joke. How high it goes and how fast it goes there, we're going to find out. So stick around. Make sure you smash the like if you haven't already. Again, use our code to sign up for Trading Wars. Next episode is Monday. All right, let's keep it rocking. Let's talk about XRP. Actually, no. Let's not talk about XRP. Let's talk about these mixers, bro. We've had this conversation before, but this is just getting, I don't know. This gets wild. I hate it. U.S. seeks to label crypto mixers as national security threats amid money laundering concerns. The move comes amid an escalating narrative in D.C. that crypto was disproportionately responsible for triggering the escalating crisis in Israel and Palestine. Okay. I don't even need, we're not going to read this article. Because
let's not get all
and
crazy.
We don't want to get, we don't want to.
But, yeah, go ahead.
So, all right. Crypto mixers. Can you do something? This is the whole thing right here. And it's so simple, people, right? Can you do something? But let's not use the crypto mixer. Could I stab somebody with this?
Yeah.
What is it? It's a screwdriver. It is used to screw things in, right? To tighten them down and to loosen them up. I could do something else with this that would be harmful, okay? Doesn't mean it's the right thing to do, but I could do it. Crypto mixers. You just are able to have privacy. Maybe there are things that you do in your personal life that you don't want to share with the world, bro. Everybody's got things. It doesn't need to be some bad thing even. It could be money that you're sharing that maybe you're giving to your sister, but not to your brother because she's in a financial spot and your brother feels some type of way about it. And I mean, dude, it could be a good thing. Maybe your family doesn't appreciate how much money you're giving to the church, but you feel led to do it. It could be anything.
It can be anything.
So you use it for that. It doesn't mean that it has to be for bad people. Bad people are going to do bad things, period.
Exactly, right? So like, even if people do use coin mixers for money laundering, it doesn't mean that that is the majority use case or the only use case for that. Like you said, bad people are going to do bad things regardless of what tool is presented to them.
Well, right? They're a bunch of tools, that's for sure.
Yeah, you know, I can whack somebody over the head with a broom. Does that mean, you know, brooms are now a threat to society? No, right? But that's always the argument when they want to ban something, when they want to come after national security, right? There's a lot of other national securities that are bigger concerns, right? We got the border, we got conflicts arising all around the world that are we got everything that's happening with the US dollar, all the manipulation, all the money printing, the unlimited spending that is happening. Is that not a national security? The way the government is spending money, like it's none of our business. Right, but let's not focus on that. Let's focus on all the evil crypto people money laundering. Are people not money laundering with U.S. dollars and shell corporations and you know, using all these tax haven places? Of course they are, but they don't do nothing about that. But it always goes back to crypto. It always goes back to the privacy, right? To the individual American. That's who they want to come after. They don't want to save anybody, right? Because even if they ban coin mixers, all right, cool. All coin mixers are banned. Will criminals still not use it?
Yeah, exactly. It's a freaking open source. Basically, it's a protocol. It's a program that's been written to do what it does.
What are they gonna do? Geofence you? Oh wait, they used a VPN. Oh wait, they just moved out of the country and did it over there somewhere else on another coin mixer. Like it doesn't prevent anything. It just prevents the individual people from using it for the good.
It prevents law-abiding citizens from using it for good. That's all it does. It's the same exact thing with the, you know what I'm saying, with the things, right? It's literally like people that are criminals are going to use it for criminal activities. People that are law-abiding citizens are going to use them the way that they're intended to be used.
Yeah, and it's just the way that they actually made it a national security threat to that extent versus everything else that's happening in this country and in this world.
It's wild.
Those things aren't national security threats, but this one little thing in a world that barely has $1 trillion market cap, that's the real national threat.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, let's just, you know, without diving into them, I bet you guys can think of a handful of things that the US dollar is used for that are absolutely terrible. Think of The Sound of Freedom, right? Think of the show Narcos, right? There's a lot of things that so what do? We just start burning. Just no more. You can't use the dollar anymore, guys, because it's used for bad things. Bad people use the dollar for bad things. Can't use it anymore. Ixnay the dollar. It's over. No, absolutely not. And so as we push forward with technology, we have to recognize that maybe they're going to figure out a way to do some more oversight with them. Okay, fine. Like, I realize that that's coming, but the facts are, I think, they don't want the mixers because they want to make sure that every single last Satoshi goes into their wallets and they have full ability to see what you're doing, when you're doing it, where you're doing it, and why you're doing it, and have full control over you if they get to the point to where they're, you know what I mean, we get to CBDCs and they're able to manipulate us that way. That's the bottom line, folks. And if you look at it any differently, I don't know what to tell you. Hey, chat, let me know that we're still good. I haven't seen a chat in a while come across on our end. Just want to make sure that everybody is good and you guys are enjoying the show. Smash the like if you haven't already. Put on that bell notification and sign up for Trading Wars. Not just sign up. Make sure you deposit and get in there. You guys got 24/7 to trade any asset you want versus the traders who are only able to trade 2 billion market cap and up. So you've got a huge advantage. And right now, I'm going to tell you, the chat, you know, our followers are winning winning the war right now, and we will. That dashboard, it just took them a little bit extra time. They had like a holiday they had a holiday where they were, and so that took a little bit of time, and then they were just finishing out building out the dashboard so that it can continually update. So for those of you that are looking for that should be out, I believe, the start of next week when we go live. We will double check and let you know about that.
Yeah, the chat's good. My wife confirmed.
Okay, yeah, it just must be on my end.
It must be on our end.
Yeah, we just not. Yeah, so chat, I'm not ignoring you. I can't see the chat anymore. So we love you guys, every single one of you. I just am not able to see it right now. So I apologize for that. All right. Last but not least, let's talk about Crusader's favorite, XRP. Dun, dun, dun. SEC dismisses lawsuit against Ripple execs in stunning capitulation. Brad Garlinghouse and Chris Larson are no longer facing charges from U.S. regulator, which is still pursuing Ripple over securities violations. The U.S. SEC voluntarily dismissed charges against Ripple CEO Brad Garlinghouse and Executive Chairman Chris Larson, both of whom had been charged alongside the company for allegedly violating securities laws with the sales of the XRP token. Ripple described the decision as a stunning capitulation in a press release, while Ripple Chief Legal Officer Stuart Alderoty called it a surrender by the SEC in a tweet. The price of XRP is up about 5%. It's actually up more than that. It is up. Hold on a second. It is up. Let me update real quick. XRP is up 7.15% currently at about 52 cents. Yeah, that's the most upward action coming after that news broke. So let me go a little bit further down here. They were first charged in 2020. You guys probably remember that. The judge ruled that the token is not necessarily security on its face and that Ripple's programmatic sales of XRP on exchanges were not securities offerings. That was a major win for the crypto company. Earlier in the month, the SEC failed to convince the same judge that the ruling should be overturned for a final judgment is entered in the case next spring. So I actually heard, this is not in this article, but I thought I heard that not only did they drop the charges against the execs, but I thought they have basically dropped the charges against Ripple as a whole. Is that?
That's kind of what I heard. I mean, or maybe they just haven't officially done it yet, but the fact that they're dropping
I would ask the chat, but I can't see it.
They're dropping it. I mean, one way or another, it's a massive victory, right? And yet XRP's price didn't move. I mean, I think this is bigger news than what we got earlier in the year when XRP pumped to 90 cents. And this is way bigger news. And right now, and XRP is barely moving.
I just looked and it said it's not officially over. Actually, they have till like April of 2024. They can still then fight against it after that. Blah, 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 blah. But the reality is, let's just look at it on its face. If they're dropping the charges against the two main players in who created this thing, right? And they're charging them or trying to charge them with the exact same thing as they're trying to charge the company with. Now, I get it, legalese, right? There's going to be some legalese in there that's going to be different because of whatever. But the facts are, if you're going to, just looking at it at very simple, lowly CryptoKeeper mind here, I'm thinking, if you don't believe that you can charge these guys with this, who created this, who own the company, who are the major shareholders in the company and or were, how do you plan on continuing to attack? It's an admission that, hey, this isn't what we thought. Because if not, they're worth billions of dollars. Why would they not go after them? Because they want the money. We know that.
Yeah, it's just another sign that they're losing the battle against XRP and Ripple, right? And they're kind of starting to back down. They're starting to see that there's no way forward to win. But why isn't XRP's price actually reflecting the good news, right?
They're just waiting, bro.
They're waiting.
We're waiting.
They're waiting for, I don't know, for what? For the second coming? Because at this point, what else do they need for the? Because we saw XRP pump to 90 cents when the judge said, XRP is not a security or whatever it was.
Well, no, it didn't even jump to that. It jumped to like 76 or 80 cents or something. No, it did go to 90. You're right. It did go to 90. You're
90,
right. And albeit quickly.
It came back down, and now we're still getting good news or even better news than that, and getting closer and closer to the end. And yes, XRP is like, oh, I guess it doesn't matter anymore.
You know why I think it is, though?
What?
I really believe this. The vast majority of all of the retail in XRP is literally in a holding pattern. They're like holding and waiting for everybody else to do something, right? Like me, for example, I hold a nice bit of XRP. I'm not planning on buying anymore. I'm sitting and waiting for that thing to do something. And I think a lot of people have drank the Kool-Aid, as you've talked about, right? With XRP, they're in the same holding pattern as I am, waiting for this wave of institutional investment or this huge news that they take over the SWIFT system or whatever. They've done a really good job. Now, whether this is the intent or not, XRP has done a very, very good job over the years of convincing people to hold. The meme coins, right, when they get spun out, do that, right? They try, not do a good job of it, but try to do a really good job of getting you to hold that floor price, right? XRP has done a better job of that than probably anybody. Cardano's done a great job too. They try not to focus on
it's
price
all the
so
influencers, right? It's all the XRP influencers that just build an entire channel or an entire community just around XRP, just around. There's not many content creators out there that can do that with any other token. XRP is one of the few that content creators can create an entire following based off just XRP news, based off just ISO and what the Swift system's doing. And we're still waiting for the signal. We're one step closer in the battle to winning, and it's gonna take over everything and yada yada. Everything else is trash. The only thing that matters is this. Keep buying this thing, right? It's wild to me. I mean, it really is at this point. I agree with you. I think a lot of people have bought and have been tapped out. They're just like, hey, I'm not buying anymore.
Yeah, I just can't.
I'm just gonna wait and see. But then you're kind of debt. Like, who is gonna buy it? The banks? Are the banks gonna buy it? I don't think the banks are gonna buy it at 50 cents or whatever it is, right? Who's gonna pump the price?
Yeah, and that I really do think that that's a lot of what's happening. There's so many big holders. When I say big holders, but like even on a small level, like the people that are in on XRP are in and have been in, right? Yeah. And there's not like this new wave, because all the new wave people that you would want to bring in are people that ultimately are like, well, wait a minute, they're in the middle of a lawsuit. Like, we better like probably hold off to see, blase, blah. So that's really why I think we've been kind of slowed down, but it is what it is. We'll find out what happens, crypto fam.
It's just another way. XRP's trash. Everybody's starting to realize it slowly but surely. It can't pump for dog crap.
Well, I hope that you're wrong at some point, because I got that sell order in for just below $5. I hope, man, I'd love to see $3 right now. I'd love to see $1.50 right now. Shoot. At any event, crypto fam, we love you guys. We appreciate each and every one of you for being here. You could have been anywhere on a Friday, but you're hanging out with us. Make sure you check out the pin chat, sign up for Trading Wars, not just sign up, but get your 20% added to whatever you deposit, as long as you deposit at least $100. You don't have to deposit $100. That's just where you get the 20%. We've had people trading with like $20 and they've actually been making money. So just throwing it out there, have some fun with it, get involved, use good risk management. Everybody out there, we don't want anybody getting crazy and getting themselves in trouble. Like, really use good risk management. But yeah, Monday, we will be back for Trading Wars. That's at 2:45, not 3. 2:45 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. So in between now and then, just remember to question everything.
Trust nothing.
And until next time, hodl
like a top.
We'll see you soon.